been irking me on YouTube and eBay. Sellers and YouTubers are talking about their vintage Bratz collection, and Bratz aren't vintage until 2021. They first came out in 2001, which means it's only the first line is vintage in 2021, and then it goes from there. So vintage is 20 years plus. And of course, antique is 100 plus. So they're getting close, but they're not quite vintage yet. And hello again, welcome back to Retro 70s Kid. First of all, I'd just like to say a quick thank you to everyone who gave me lovely support for my last episode, the Big 2-0, the 20th episode. It's been doing very well, so thank you very much for that. Tonight, we are doing my Bratz vehicles collection. I do have a bit of a Bratz collection. It started off with this car. I first got this at a garage sale about 7 years ago. It was about 5 o'clock in the morning with torchlight, and I saw this beautiful thing and I thought I must have it, and I instantly thought it would fit my big Jim beautifully. And this is Big Josh, and as you can see, he does look really good in it. He's like the perfect size. As the Bratz kind of a bit big, but they look okay, but this was the perfect size for him. So I got it home, and when I was cleaning it up, I saw it had Bratz on the side, and I had no idea Bratz did such amazing things because I didn't pay attention to them when they first came out in 2001, etc. So I got online and had a look, looked them all up, and I was amazed at what was released with the Bratz vehicles and the quality of them. They're just amazing. So this one, first of all, and what's been irking me on YouTube and eBay, sellers and YouTubers are talking about their vintage Bratz collection, and Bratz aren't vintage until 2021. They first came out in 2001, which means it's only the first line is vintage in 2021, and then it goes from there. So vintage is 20 years plus. And of course, antique is 100 plus. So they're getting close, but they're not quite vintage yet. So I just wanted to say that because it really bothers me when they talk about their vintage Bratz. Anyway, this is a beautiful FM Cruiser from 2002. It has a radio. This one doesn't have the lights. I think some of them that came out, maybe the remote control one had the lights, but this has a radio, but it's not working at the moment. Look at the inner detail of this. It's got the little mirror ball. It's very retro 70s kid. These are the controls for the radio. The gear shift actually works. It's got beautiful fluffy seat covers. The steering wheel did come with a fluffy steering wheel cover, but I didn't get it with this. I got it in a car boot. And the doors open up. This is a little shopping bag that came with it. And the boot opens up for the battery pack, and you can fill it with shopping. And the other details. Look at those low profile mag wheels, and the rims are absolutely beautiful. I would love a garage full of all these life size. And it's got the rear view mirror, and that's the front with the little tiny hood ornament. And of course the Bratz emblem on the back. And Bratz number plates. So this was from 2002. The one next to it, the beautiful pearly cover one, is exactly the same, but it's from 2002 as well. I'm not sure what release, but that's the same. With the seat covers. And this one over here, it looks like a beautiful 60s vintage Mercedes. That's the look it's got. It doesn't have the Mercedes emblem, of course. And this is the same, just in a beautiful silver. But the doors open up. Oh, and seat belts. They've all got seat belts. This doesn't have the seat covers, but this.
Safety first.
Yes, and they're the controls for the radio in there that you can actually press. Rear view mirror, gear stick, but beautiful little detail on the seat belts. Kind of, but yeah. And the boot opens up. That's the amount of batteries this one takes. And again, beautiful rims. Well, are they low profile again? I think they might be. But these aren't in too bad condition for it. There's a few scuff marks and things, but they've been played with. So that's, I'll just hold up the other one. And that's beautiful silver and cream. Right off the showroom floor. Now for a doll car, MGA I always take my hat off to them. MGA are amazing with their detail. So amazing. That's why I fell in love with them. And then once I got one car, I saw another and got it and got another and got another. And then I saw play sets and dolls, and I bought everything Bratz I could find because I just was so impressed by them and their quality to detail. And this one, I don't have a date on this, but oh, Forever Diamondz from 2006. This is the Forever Diamondz Corvette look. Like a 1969 Corvette, I feel. The doors don't open. It's actually a bit of a cheaper, the detail's not as good in this one. You see the dashboard and the seats. Like, it's not quite as plastic seat belts, and it's not quite as good as these. But if you've got dolls in them, it really doesn't matter. But it's actually a lot lighter than these because it doesn't take batteries or anything. It's more of like a cheaper Mattel Barbie car in a way. But still, the colouring, it's not pink. These are just a couple of the, I think, Forever Diamondz girls. And I'm going to have to put this. Mamacita, thank you, could you please take that? And before we move on, my producer Dana had Bratz when she was little. Dana, what did you have?
I had a Chloe.
Yeah. Can you remember what release?
I think it was one of the original releases when the first 4 came out, which is, I think they were just Jasmine, Jade, Chloe and Sasha.
Right.
Which my favorite one was Sasha, but we got a Chloe, Blondie.
Right.
And then I think later on they've added the ones that you were saying. There were
Megan
and Dana.
And Dana, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, so you've got some there, I think.
I've got some here, but first of all, this one here, this is from 2005 Space Angelz Live in Concert. I don't know what the proper name for this, but I just call it a pod bubble car. Now, this actually works, surprise, surprise. Now, the bubble, very futuristic design. It's almost like a 1950s, 60s concept car. And these little controls on the steering wheel, you press those and all the lights come on. And the steering wheel turns and the gear stick goes forward and back. You can see the little screen is on and the dashboard lights. Shall we flip that switch off? No? And of course the rear lights in the front. I love the way her face lights up from the dashboard lights. But yeah. And inside we've got, which girl is this one, Dana? It's got brown hair. Anyway.
She might be one of the new ones.
She's in this outfit. It goes with the car. I'm not sure if it's like that's the way it goes, but it's purple and she fully looks like she goes with the car with her. And I don't know if that goes with her as well, but it's a cool pinky purpley guitar. And a makeup case. It's all very Jetsons, I think that's why I like it. Very modern and futuristic. And it flies. So that's the beautiful Space Angelz live in concert. And I left this beautiful Jeep last because it is so big. This is from Wildlife Safari. Wildlife Safari Jeep, full of the Wildlife Safari Bratz and Bratz boys. I'll take the dolls out. The doors open. I got this whole thing at a car boot for $40, I think, quite a while ago, because it was complete. Open up. So, in the back, that's one of the girls in her outfits, in her bag, and her key ring that it came with. I think it's the right girl, I'm not sure. Got that. And this is one of the boys with his outfit, and accessories and coat, and his cool sandals. And it also came with a, what's that, a tiger print blanket, and chopsticks for the hair, I'm presuming. I don't think they'll eat with chopsticks. And there's earrings, and there's a water bottle, and there's a few other accessories that came with that. And this one here, how cool is that? She's got a marked face. And that's her hat. And her binoculars, she's pretty much got everything. That hat looks silly. And the boy, and that's him. I think he's a Wildlife Safari, I'm not sure. I don't think he's got everything. But there's more to this. The doors open, the bonnet opens up. Probably, oh, there we go. So they can work on the car if needed. A lot of detail in there. And the windscreen comes down. Now, get a look at that. First of all, the dashboard. I don't think this took batteries, but it might have. But the gear stick works up and down. There's cup holders. I think that's CDs. And this one is a makeup glove box. Come on. Come on. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Don't you wish you had one of those in your car? And the seats fold down, and they also swivel. The back does open up, and the seats fold down so they can sleep. They also come out, but I'm not going to. And the back tailgate does come off, and it comes with this little bag of extras. That's a seat which goes on the front, so they can go like, I don't want to say buffalo hunting, but looking at the wildlife with binoculars at the front. So they sort of sit at the front. And it's also got the rear view mirrors, which go in the side here, but I've taken them off. And these are they're number plates apparently, which there's only one number per, every one of them have got different number. So that's different license plates. So that's pretty much, also, sorry, I forgot one little thing. In the back, also there's another console that opens up here which you put CDs in, and I can't get this out. I can't do it. Hang on. I have to tip it up. It could be disastrous. There we go. Got it. It's a esky, what we call an esky in Australia. It's an ice box. And the top comes off. And it's full of cans of drink and bottles of water and stuff. And this came with it as well. So that's very cool. Oh, I think I did that wrong. And yeah, that just slides in there like that. So this is an amazing set. Getting completed a car boot, that never happens. So this is one of the good scores that I've had in my car booting life. Oh, and it's got seat belts. But yeah. So I do have one more thing, but I'm not showing it tonight because it just won't fit, and I'll do it in another show. I've got the Wild Wild West Carriage and Horses, which is a beautiful set. So that deserves a bit more time, so I'll do that in another show.
Can I say something about the Bratz dolls that you pulled out of the
Yep.
tape? I think they're new releases, the newer ones. Could they?
Not from 2015, no.
No?
No, I've had these actually longer than 2015. Like,
Okay.
yeah, I've got them about 6-7 years ago. So, and they've got.
And they were new originally?
Were they new?
Yeah, 6-7 years ago.
No, they were from the 2005 when this came out. The original Bratz have painted on undies. From the first few years, have painted on undies. So
I
that's
think
how you
they
can
do,
tell
yeah.
an old original Bratz is from the painted on undies. So, so yeah.
Because I couldn't even recognize them, they just look different from the original.
And the
with
hair's
facial
probably
expression.
out of their original hairstyle too. They
Okay.
probably had different hairstyles.
True, yeah, they all
And
have
there's been
elaborated.
buying second hand. It's probably been brushed out, so it's still in good condition. But they all would have had some sort of hairstyle. Is it somebody at the door? Someone's at the door. Well, you've got to love Uber Eats. Thank you, Dana, for that lovely journey back to your childhood. And that's it tonight. That's my Bratz vehicles. The first thing that got me into Bratz. And thank you very much for joining me. I'm now on Instagram, so you can follow me on Instagram at, hashtag Retro70skid. And you can look for updates and photos and all that Instagram stuff. I've leapt into the 21st century. So thank you and good night.
Woo!
Thank you.